Australia, team members hold a free clinic in Sydney to provide dental services to 103 patients. And we find out whether the energy liquid drinks consumed by many labourers is really safe. Welcome to DaAi Headlines. I'm Wendy Chen. Thank you for joining us. We kick off today's program in Australia, where the country's national health care does not include dental care. If a citizen wanted to go for a teeth scaling, the process can cost up to 160 Australian dollars or around 146 US dollars. So for those who can barely make ends meet, a trip to the dentist is often put on hold. Recently, team members held a 2-day free clinic in a poor community in Sydney and helped over 100 patients receive dental treatments.
In Australia, the Tzu Sydney chapter is holding its second free dental clinic. Brisbane Tzu volunteers especially brought their mobile dental equipment to help. Prior to the start of the free clinic, volunteers worked together to turn a gymnasium into a dental office. They also set up a children's play area and a Tzu corner, where patients can get to know a bit more about the Buddhist organization while waiting to be treated.
I had a 60% last year, and then this year we wanted to make it a bit more. And then on my side, I mean, there's a lot of volunteers where it was, doing a lot of jobs to making the patient comfortable, and that was really good.
Some volunteers used the waiting period to introduce Tzu's bamboo coin bank to patients. On the second day of the free clinic, Brian, a patient from the day before, returned with his filled bamboo coin bank to thank everyone for their dedication.
I'd like to say thank you for all the support work that you're doing here. I haven't seen such a thing around this area before. I think it's tremendous. Everyone here has a heart and desire to help people. At the end of the day, I feel that the foundation needs to be recognised more, and I'm so thankful for all the help that you've done in the last 2 days. Thank you very much.
Most of the dentists who participated in this free clinic are not team members. However, no one complained about the long hours. All just hope to help the patients in need.
I think it's an opportunity to help people, provide them with some insight into oral health. I think from that perspective, just helping. Doesn't matter what color, creed, gender, ethnic background, social status, religious background, belief system, just to help. That's what it's all about.
I was a student last year, so I was assisting a dental student. So it's different being on the operating end a little bit, but it's much the same. You're still helping people. And
at the conclusion of the 2-day free clinic, patients had a chance to write down their words of thanks to all those involved. All hope for a future opportunity to reconnect again.
Moving to the southern tip of Africa to help needy residents in Swaziland, South Africa Tzu volunteers traveled to the landlocked country to distribute aid supplies to 2,000 households. This time the distribution was joined by local volunteers, Taiwanese businessmen and students from the National Zhanghua Senior High School in Taiwan.
Today, South Africa Tzu volunteers are holding an aid distribution at the Minindansway High School, Bunya, to help local residents get through the cold winter. To express their gratitude, local residents prepare hot meals for the volunteers.
We are cooking today. I'm chopping the vegetables so that everybody can have lunch today.
This time, Tzu volunteers are not only distributing rice from Taiwan, but also cornmeal and brown sugar donated by local Taiwanese businessmen. Other than Tzu volunteers, the aid distribution is joined by volunteers of the Army Tofu Care Center, employees from local Taiwanese companies, and students from Zhanghua Senior High School in Taiwan.
The food we carried was cornmeal or rice, but most importantly, we are here to pass on our love.
Although we had to wake up early in the morning, we are still spiritually happy.
With the help of Durban volunteers, local volunteers learn how to organize the aid distribution and communicate with local residents. And for the students from the National Zhanghua Senior High School in Taiwan, the experience was one that did much to expand their global perspective.
They are living in hardship, but all of them have bright smiles.
Our students are here to change South Africa. However, this country has changed our students.
Respectfully handing over relief items and wrapping the residents in Tzu Chi's eco-friendly blankets, volunteers one by one care for 2,000 local residents who wait patiently to receive their supplies. Touched by the volunteers' gestures, the Minister of Labour happily joins the volunteers' ranks.
This is my request as chairman of Pilane, so that we stop giving them food, but we learn them to make their own food.
Thanks to love and care from around the globe, local residents in Swaziland will get through another cold winter.
Thank you, thank you.
Since 2011, the Tzu Chi Philippines chapter has been handing out rice in San Juan City to help needy families. At the recent fourth distribution, which helped 3,784 households, was Angela Santiago, a grandmother who lives in a broken van with her son. Having received the rice from Taiwan, the senior happily expresses her gratitude to Tzu Chi volunteers.
With tottering footsteps, 82-year-old Angela Santiago makes her way through the Tzu Chi rice distribution lines here in the Philippines, San Juan City. It is the first time in years she has received such a hefty portion of rations, and her expression of joy is as clear as day.
I'm overjoyed to receive Tzu Chi's aid, and I feel not only thankful but immensely blessed. This rice will last my family for weeks, and I want to thank you all for helping impoverished people like us.
A mother of 14, Grandma Angela currently lives with her 53-year-old son in a rundown truck parked by the side of the road. Although Grandma Angela braves the streets every day selling jasmine garlands for money, she still finds it in herself to show love and care for everyone she meets.
Every day I visit my church to pray, especially for those who buy my jasmine garlands. I pray for them because they are the people who help me make a living. I pray that God will bless and protect them.
In order to eat 3 meals a day, Grandma Angela also gathers rice grains that fall to the ground near a local rice vendor. Sometimes she can even gather half a bag of rice, enough to feed herself and her son.
My mother and father taught me to never waste food. Each grain of rice is precious, so I can't allow people to simply trample the rice that has fallen and let it go to waste. That's why I collect the rice, and after washing, I eat it with the rice which I have bought.
This has been the 4th rice distribution campaign headed by Tzu Chi's Philippine chapter in San Juan City since 2011. The operation was an astounding success, providing food for 3,784 impoverished families in need and giving them a taste of love and care provided by Tzu Chi.
Most of the younger generation today prefers working office jobs or careers that offer higher salaries or potential for advancement. However, in today's report, we meet a farmer, Yang Wenzi, who gave up his high-paying job and returned to his hometown of Yilan to become a farmer.
I don't think this job is about money. What's most important is whether you can get what you want out of it.
In Yilan's Yuansan Township, one can see Yang Wenzi harvesting his tomatoes at a speedy pace. Born in 1977 and having changed jobs nearly 10 times, Yang is now a happy farmer who cannot stop talking about farming once he starts on the topic.
The large amount of chemical fertilizer used in planting vegetables means that nitrate is formed, and this is a substance that may cause cancer in our body.
It is the ups and downs Yang Wenzi experienced in his previous work that prompted him to give up his high-paying job and return home to work in the farming industry.
I'm an electrician turned farmer, and growing vegetables is really just an idea. If we want to grow healthier vegetables, then we need to use pharmaceutical methods.
The young farmer came up with the low-nitrate farming method and manages to grow tomatoes in a chemical-free field.
It is an eco-friendly farming method, and it is something which we should support. It is not easy for young people to come back to the farming industry, but he seems determined and has been doing this for many years now.
The reasoning behind Yang Wenzi's determination comes from a tragedy he witnessed some 7 years ago.
One day I saw an old farmer who died while spreading pesticides. He was wearing layers of raincoats as protection, but before the insects died, he had already passed on due to heat stroke.
The tragic death of the farmer ignited Yang's passion for finding ways of organic farming. In the 3 years to follow, he attended many seminars in hopes of finding a chemical-free farming method. We have a new plan where farmers can rent pieces of land. They don't have to buy it. Our council also provides mortgages for young farmers as well as technical guidance. When one puts their knowledge and creativity to the test, farming is just another profession. Having chosen to devote himself to farming, Yang has worked hard to fulfill his dream. The seemingly relaxing life with his family did not come easy, as Yang's brother tells us.
What's most important about farming is that you must be practical, but I often see a lot of young farmers who come back and try and take advantage of situations. I think my brother is more of a planner, and he made his way into the industry step by step.
Living every moment with sincerity and integrity is not only Yang Wenzi's attitude towards his work, but it's also his philosophy in life.
I have a simple dream. I want to be a happy and healthy person. It is not only my job now, but a part of my life. So this is what makes me happy the most.
In Malaysia, Tzi volunteers and nurses from the Tzi Dialysis Center in Kedah recently traveled to a remote village to thank the residents there for their continual commitment to recycling. During the visits, volunteers and dialysis patients shared their stories as a message of thanks and encouragement.
Here at Malay Village, recycling is all the rage.
This has allowed our village to become cleaner. It has helped reduce the number of discarded plastic bottles, which were a breeding ground for mosquito larvae.
I'm proud of Saleh. Although he is not 100% healthy, he has been able to remain enthusiastic and positive about life.
Tzi Dialysis Center patient Saleh is a native of the village of Malay, and as volunteers are visiting his village today, he offers the use of his house as a venue for the gathering. First up, everyone watches a DaAi program in which Saleh is the star.
I've already sent out my recyclables. We should all make this a habit. For those who haven't sent out their recyclables, they should do it as soon as possible.
Another dialysis patient, Halima, is also here today with the volunteers. She takes a moment to recount her sickness and treatment in the traditional Malayan verse known as Pusi.
The meaning of the poem was this. She said, when I'm in pain, a needle here and a needle there. I'm in pain. If not for the Tzi Dialysis Center, I would have died long ago. Hearing her recite this was very moving. If we were in her shoes, we would also be in pain.
Treating themselves and the earth with compassion, this is one village which love stands front and center.
According to the Institute of Occupational Safety and Health, some 350,000 laborers in Taiwan heavily rely on energy liquors, which is actually an over-the-counter medicine. Although legally, the energy liquors are only supposed to be sold in pharmacies. However, as our reporters discovered, the drinks are available at roadside betel nut stores or canteens in construction sites. Here's more.
I drink it whenever I want.
I drink it in the morning to wake up.
It helps me combat fatigue.
At a TV commercial says, a sip keeps you up.
This is a TV commercial of a popular alcohol-laced tonic which has been sold in Taiwan for over 40 years now. As the majority of laborers believe this energy liquor can help them recharge their batteries and improve their health. Its annual sales now reached 157 million bottles, which means 430,000 bottles are sold per day. construction site, workers stay focused and treat every detail cautiously. According to the Institute of Occupational Safety and Health, some 350,000 laborers will consume energy liquors to keep themselves focused at work. With a hint of berry, the energy liquor is syrupy and has a distinct medicinal aroma. It contains herbal ingredients and vitamins, which can stimulate your liver to keep you working, but the trade-off is your health.
Don't call them herbal remedies. The herbal ingredients inside are not health supplements. In fact, if you drink too much, it could harm your liver, heart, and brain.
Other than herbal ingredients, energy liquors also contain a high level of caffeine, 300 milligrams per bottle and 10% alcohol. Though caffeine can enhance alertness, it is also addictive.
A record 5 people shared 6 bottles.
This is how we start a day. It's a culture in the construction industry.
Once you are addicted to the caffeine of energy liquors, if you stop drinking, you will keep yawning and suffer severe headaches and drowsiness. Actually, you are forced to keep drinking because of the caffeine addiction.
Drinking 120 to 240 cc's of energy liquor that contains 10% alcohol for 35 days in a row can easily lead to alcohol addiction in adults. A recent study shows that among those who consume energy liquors more than once a week, 38.7% of men become addicted, while 23.3% women do. An equally worrisome problem is that drinkers have around twice the risk of vocational injuries than non-drinkers.
Sometimes you become careless and trip over, or you may be less responsive to falling objects.
The more you drink energy liquors during work, the higher the risk of vocational injuries.
According to the law, energy liquors are only allowed to be sold in pharmacies. As a type of over-the-counter medicine, users are technically required to follow doctors' and pharmacists' instructions. After a day of hard work, workers go to nearby canteens to take a rest. There, they will find a variety of refreshments and drinks, including the energy liquors that are not supposed to be available here.
During the winter, 8 out of 10 workers buy energy liquors.
Where there is demand, there will be supply. The easy accessibility to energy liquors has already become a part of an accepted fact in the construction industry. Since they consume energy liquors on a daily basis, drinkers are not aware of their addiction to the pseudo-health supplement, which in the long term may adversely affect their health.
In Canada, 2 volunteer training seminars were held in the cities of Vancouver and Toronto. During the seminars, city volunteers shared their stories with those in the audience as they hope to inspire more to walk the city path.
For many people, it wasn't until after they joined Tzu Chi that they realized the true meaning of volunteering. To join the Tzu Chi family, 3 friends decided to quit smoking. Today, they have put their story into a skit to inspire others to also change for the better. Today's volunteer training seminar held at the Tzu Chi Canada chapter was joined by more than 150 volunteers. Among the speakers is Zhang Lihui, who says when Jingsi Afrogen changed her life.
Back then, I always thought that some of the Tzu Chi sisters were not nice to me, and I wasn't able to take the Dharma to heart. Afterwards, I realized that it was probably because I didn't have enough confidence in myself that I thought people disliked me.
Meanwhile, in Eastern Canada, a volunteer training seminar held in Toronto was joined by volunteer Huang Shufang, who realized that life is full of impermanence and that we should cherish our time on this earth to do good deeds.
The master and many Tzu Chi sisters and brothers often remind me that I don't have endless time and that I should seize every chance to help others. Before, I always thought that I am still young and I can wait to join Tzu Chi after retirement.
Everyone gave me a hug, and when they hugged me, I felt the warmth of family. I couldn't help but shed tears. They told me that I should come here more often when I have time.
In Tzu Chi, volunteers not only treat each other like their own family, but also pass on their experience and the Tzu Chi spirit to volunteers new and old.
Students of the Tzu Chi Elementary School in Hualien are currently on a cultural exchange trip with visits to Singapore, Malaysia and Myanmar planned. The students' first stop was in Singapore, where they brought a dose of youthful energy to a free clinic and its patients.
At this free clinic in Singapore, Tzu Chi Elementary School students break out in song. Their youthful energy is a welcome addition to the waiting room. Next, the students give the seniors a massage, an act which moves some to tears.
好感恩哦！怎么说？因为他们的那个心意呀，很感动啊。
Making good use of their summer vacation, these students are on a cultural exchange trip across Southeast Asia. It has been a powerful learning experience for them, with student Chen Ping-er spending a very memorable 12th birthday.
I want to take the happiness from my birthday and give it to them to make them happy.
The students also have a chance to spend some time with the teachers and students from Sichuan's Deyang Elementary School. Seeing Tzu Chi's brand of humanitarianism in action has been a real eye-opener for teachers at that school.
After eating, the children clean up their places and make sure the tables are all clean. I said to my students, look at those students and how well behaved they are. We need to learn from them.
Thanks to the dedication and enthusiasm of students from both sides of the strait, it looks like this humanitarian exchange is off to a good start.
Back to Taiwan, to help children in the pursuit of a hobby, Hsinchu media volunteers organized a photography summer camp for the students of Ren'ai Children's Home. A month prior to the event, volunteers began canvassing for second-hand cameras in hopes that these children can have the tools to capture life's memorable moments.
This is the first ever photography summer camp organized by Tzu Chi's Hsinchu media volunteers. The goal is to give these children an opportunity to capture their life's joyous moments through the lens of a camera.
One child came up to me and asked if she could start taking pictures right away. She said she wanted to capture everything on her camera so that one day when she leaves the home, she will have something to remember us by. So I think this is a great gift.
Usually hidden behind their cameras, this time media volunteers have stepped forward as organizers and everyone gives their all.
We placed Mr. Zheng Yan's Jin's aphorisms in front of the box with the child's name on it, and inside the words of encouragement from the camera's donors, so the children can understand that there are many who care for them.
Upon receiving their cameras, each child explores their new gift as volunteers share skills and tips. Capturing the smiles of those around them, the summer vacation marks the start of a new beginning here at the Ren'ai Children's Home.
In Taiwan, in preparation of Typhoon Sulik, Penghu recycling volunteers who were worried that the recyclables collected on other islands won't be delivered to Ma Gong requested the help of other volunteers. Not only did the volunteers show up to help, but also employees of the local boat companies. We'll leave you with these images. Thank you for tuning in. Goodbye.